So welcome back, coders. Keep on coding. Get the motivation, keep on coding, and you will make it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about React conditionals. Like, how do I put conditionals in React components? Like, if, else, if this, put this component, or if that, do this. How do I do that? So to do that, it's quite simple. I'm going to have two components that I'm going to work with. Let me pick a component. Let me paste them here to save time. Simple function components. The first component is going to be missed goal. What this missed goal component does, it just prints out the h1 of missed. Now I'm going to also have the made goal component. What it does, it just returns the h1 tag of goal made. So now I'm going to make another component called goal. So I'll come here, then I'll start coding my component. So I'll say function. Then I'm going to call it goal. Now our function goal is going to take in some props. Now these props are going. This prop is going to help us in. This prop is going to be a boolean, but it's going to help us to determine whether to print out, whether to return either missed goal or made goal. So how the conditional will work. So to do that, I'm going to first have let me come here. Let me render back the goal component. So I'm going to render it back. Now in the goal component, it's going to have an attribute called isGoal, and it's going to be a boolean. So since I'm passing in a boolean, I need to put in my quotes, and then the boolean is going to be false, meaning that the person has not made a goal. So if the person has not made a goal, it means that he has missed a goal. So I want to return this exact component. So I have to write that logic here. So what I will do, I'll say const isGoal. Now in the const isGoal, the const isGoal is just going to store in my boolean whether it is a goal or not. So from there, attribute isGoal. Then from there, I'm going to write some logic. I'm going to say if isGoal, meaning that if isGoal is true, what am I going to do? I'm just going to return missed goal. The missed goal what? Component. If isGoal is true, or if isGoal is false, I'm just going to return. I'm going to just return missed goal. Sorry. Here, if isGoal is true, I have to return made goal, not missed goal. Made goal. So I'll save. So that is this basic thing of how I can do some logic between components. So if I come here, you can see that missed goal has been printed out. But if for some reason our attribute here changes to true, goal should come. Made goal should come out. That what we should see on the screen should be goal. So if we see here, we can see that we are seeing goal on the screen. Now, that is what it does. But the other things we can use the logical and operator. Instead of doing this, we could also use the logical and operator, this and ampersand function. Now to do that, it is simple. Let's first remove this. Let's remove this is missed goal stuff, and then we're going to make our new function. And then the function is going to be, the component is going to be a garage component. So we're going to say it's a garage component. It will take in props. That is our component, meaning that here we shall have to pass in our garage component. So now what properties will it be taking in? It will be taking the properties of cars, but we need to first define our cars. So I'm going to come here and define my cars. So the cars will be Ford, BMW, and Audi. Now I need to pass in these cars into my garage component so that the props have access to it. So I'll say cars, then I'll pass in cars. So it means that my props now has access to the cars attribute. Now I need to now start defining my garage component. Now to define my garage component, I'm going to put my cost and then cars. Then I will say it will equal to props.cars. So it means that now I have a variable cars which has my cars. So then I need to now my garage component needs to return some HTML to be rendered. So then I'll define my wrapper, which is that. After defining my wrapper, then I'll define my h1 tag. It will just say garage /h1. It's just going to say garage. So I'm about to reach the use of the logical operator when I want to do some components. So then what it's going to do, since I'm going to render out the length, how many cars I have. So that is cars.length to render how many cars I have. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to write my logic inside those curly brackets. So the logic will be this simple. If cars.length is greater than 0, if cars.length is greater than 0, this will just be turned into true. Then after turning into true, I'll just put my and, meaning that whatever next statement that comes after and, for anything to happen, it also has to come out as true. So and, then I'll say and, I'll just put h2, and I'll close my h2 tag, then inside my h2 tag, I'm going to print out something simple. It's just going to say you have dash how many cars. So it's going to say you have cars.length, cars in your garage, meaning this cars.length return how many cars I have. So this in essence will just return true. This will be true. Now if cars.length is greater than 0, this will also return true. So if cars.length is greater than 0 is true, and this is already true, then it means that the and has been fulfilled. Remember, for and to put out anything, both ends have to be true or false, then it will put out something. So if I save this, and since my cars are more than what? They are more than 0. If I come back here, you can see you have 3 cars in your garage. But if I remove all my cars inside here, and then I have nothing in the cars, then I come here, you can just see it has said garage. If I Control Z, then I save, then I come back here, you can see you can just return for me, you have 3 cars in your garage. So that is how you use the logical and operator. So there's another way of doing some conditionals in React components. You can use the ternary operator. Now, I have a ES6 playlist, and in that ES6 playlist, I explained about ternary operators. So I'm going to show you the ternary operators. So what we shall do, we are going to put back our code of missed goal and made goal. So we no longer need this. You can remove this. We're no longer using it. Put back our code of made goal, missed goal. Then we can remove these cars. Then we can make our function, our component goal back. So then it means that here we shall render back our component goal. So after rendering our component goal, we're going to write our logic using the ternary operator. So our goal component will take in some props. And the props, of course, remember the props is just is. The props is just is a goal. So that is the props. Is goal is equal to false. So it means that the person has just scored a goal. So we need to return back the component missed goal. But to return back the component missed goal, we need to do some logic. Now the logic in this case, the logic we're going to use is the ternary operator. We're going to use if statements, or we're not going to use the logical and operator. So we shall say const. So I'm going to make my variable is goal. My variable is goal will just point to is goal. Then we're going to have to return some HTML code. So to return some HTML code, I'm going to first define my wrapper. My JSX, you have to define a wrapper. It can either be a div or it can be those empty anchor brackets. Then after defining my wrapper, I can put my curly braces because I'm going to put in some. The ternary operator is a JavaScript or ES6 way of doing something. So since I'm going to put JavaScript in HTML, I need to put my curly brackets. So I'll say is goal. So how it works is I say is goal. Now if is goal, whatever is goal comes out, true or false, there will be 2 options to do. So the first option, I can just put made. Goal. So made goal will what be returned? Or this one is like this colon is like or if it comes out as false, then I can just return missed goal. Simple as that. So if I save this and then I come back here, you can see missed goal because his goal was returned back as false. But I can turn back his goal to true. So it should just return for me goal. So that is how you do if React conditionals. Thank you for watching. Continue coding. Never give up. The road is heavy, but the end is nice. That even makes sense. So keep on coding and never give up. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and see you in the next video. Thank you.